This is MMR Studios, and we're back again with a brand new episode. I'm here with Emmy. What's up, Emmy?
Hey Kylie, thanks for having me on your channel.
Thank you for coming. So, hi. I want to know. I'm pretty sure people out there want to know. How do you come up with the idea of starting your own business?
So I'm actually school trained for something completely different, but I've always felt like I would need to be my own boss in order to be successful. So I was always looking for ways to get my foot in the door and have a sustainable, multiple streams of income. So I thought the easiest way to do that, Kylie, was to get into real estate because real estate pays you whether or not you really do anything to it. It's land, it grows in value as is, let alone if you invest some money and time into improving it.
So, but okay, let's say how do you just got into real estate? Like,
No.
you,
After many years of renting and essentially paying somebody else's mortgage off, another real estate investor's mortgage off, I realized, hey, something's wrong here. I need to get into this and pay my own mortgage and profit. So I had a lot of fear. I was 28 years old at the time, which is actually pretty late, I would say. I encourage folks to get into it much sooner and actually not leave your parents' house if you're there rent-free until you're ready to buy.
yeah.
But I took about $13,000 I had saved up from my paychecks and was a first-time home buyer. I took up the FHA loan option, invested that into a condo, and thankfully they decided to build a metro station right where I had purchased the condo, causing the value
Big
to
bags.
go up in $200,000 in 4 years. So I really did that was a really great move. My mom really encouraged me. And she kept telling me, don't be scared, don't be scared. So I want to tell you all that too.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
And just take the dive because there's nothing different between you as a tenant and that owner. You're the same. We all are the same. Why not profit?
You said 28 was late. I don't think 28 is late to get into real estate.
No?
I don't think it's late at all. 28 years old, I think that's pretty young to get into real. I feel like it's a pretty good time to get into real estate.
So the reason why I say it's late is because I did the math. And so I moved out of my family's house at 26. I paid $1,800 rent for 2 years. So do the math. That's about $50K and more that I could have put toward purchasing a house. So that's why I say 28 was too late. If I had moved out earlier, then I could have put more down, probably gotten a bigger space, gotten some land instead of a condo, and that way profited even more.
That's pretty good. But why do you move out though?
Freedom. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. We all need to get out sometime, you know?
But only get out if you have to get out, no?
Yeah, but there's different circumstances. Like some parents are really strict and they will confine you. And not saying that was my scenario, but like a lot of folks just need that breathing time. And I get it. You just want to throw some money at the problem and get out.
Yeah.
But be smart because you can throw money at the problem, but also realize that you're setting yourself back a couple years at least.
Yes. So yeah, again, comment below whatever ideas or whatever question you have for Amy. My next question is, how do you get into technology?
That's a great question. So I was actually never interested in technology. What I was interested in, however, was when I was in high school, my mom basically told me, you have 3 options for which you want to study. Doctor, lawyer, or engineer. And I personally did the math to see which one would allow me to be done with school fastest and provide me a decent paycheck, and engineering was the way to go. So I got into technology, I got into management of technology programs because I always saw myself as sort of the leader and not the follower. So I took technology, found my niche in project management and program management, and then learned how to formally structure projects for technology. So software, hardware, even operations. That, Khalid, really helped me pave the way for whatever the heck I wanted to do afterwards. Because automatically, even if it's a party that I'm planning, I know how to structure it in phases, and I know the dependencies because I know how to build out that project plan. So that really set me up. That's why I got into technology. Honestly, it was for the money and for the skill set to be able to plan and execute and develop something tangible and successful in the end.
Well, how long did that take you to actually be establishing it? How long did it?
I would say after I finished school, I was fortunate. I got a great job as a systems engineer working for Lockheed Martin. That was a great foundational first real job experience. Now, not to discount the fact that I've been working since I was 14. I haven't stopped working since, and but that was like my real legit career. So that set the tone, and when that got on my resume, that really established me as a reliable and valuable source. So I got really great offers from private and public sectors, and from then on, I just was able to pick and choose.
In the other videos, if you guys haven't watched that video, the link is below. The video she made before this one. You talked about how I don't know, was it on the video or was it to me? You said something about how you started working with your mom, going to the bank when you were like a little girl. How did that? You wanna tell people?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for remembering that.
Of course.
I think one thing that's interesting that you must do is really interesting and it's unique to all of us is really listen to your inner child. When I was young, as Khalid was kind of saying, I would go to my mom, to the post office, to the bank, and anywhere that basically had any sort of slips that you had to fill out, I would take them. I would actually steal them and take them home and play with them and pretend I was the person, signing and putting numbers in and like tearing the slip off. And I wouldn't even be playing with anyone. I know I'm probably one of those weird kids, but that sort of reminds me now as I look back, I was like, oh wow, I really liked the whole process of things. And it didn't really matter if it was like a bank or like, a party or a hardware implementation. I just loved the process from, documentation to execution to validation. And that really helped me confirm that, okay, I've taken the right steps in my life in terms of a career. Listen to your inner child. It's telling you what will make you happy.
So basically, you feel like a big part of what you're today is because of what you done when you were a child?
I think so. I think, when you're a child, you're at your purest form. You haven't been tainted by the time you're an adult, you have so many fears, so many, voices and opinions. But when you're little, it's like you're a clean slate, and whatever comes to your mind and heart then, I believe comes from a higher force. So I talk about this in my videos, but really the foundation for me is my spirituality, and I believe that voice is my God, and other folks may believe that voice is coming from various sources like your religion or your mentors or mentees and your parents. Whatever it is, listen to it, because at your purest form is when you're a child, and I believe that voice is loudest at that period.
Do you say thank you to your mom?
Do I say thank you to her? All the time. Absolutely. Otherwise she'll kill me. No, just kidding. No, yeah. I had a really great role model. Folks, I was actually raised by a single parent, single mom. And I know a lot of people say this, but what I want to say about being raised in a single family or single mother household is, yes, I saw my mom hustle. Yes, I've never seen a woman work as hard as my mom did my whole life, and she really set the tone for my limits, and to start with, and understanding that there were no limits for me. But also what I want to say is that being the child of a single mom, it helped me to fill in another role. I was not just the child, I was the person getting the mail, reading the letters, translating them for my mom, because English was her second or third language. And that also gave me a sense of ownership. From a young child, I remember 9 years old, we used to be at the grocery store in line, and this is back when people used to write checks, and my mom, I would be like, please let me write it, I want to write it. And I'd be the one writing it, and the lady would always say, oh, you have such nice handwriting, and that would just make my day. But it really helped me to understand costs in life and financial, like budgeting. When I was a child, my mom had her way of budgeting, and that was via like 8 envelopes she kept, and she would write on them utilities, rent, groceries, other bills, fund money, and she would just, back then fill them up, and that sort of helped me compartmentalize my life as an adult and understand that, okay, I need to have a savings, I need to have money set aside for my different costs, and fund money as well. And that helped me to have balance, and now we have tools and technologies that'll do it for us. We don't need paper envelopes, hidden in a closet. But it all comes from that junior phase, that pure phase as a child. And I really learned a lot from holding that role as my mom's not only child, but her partner in life at that point.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You've come a long way. You started that since you were a baby without even knowing what you were doing.
Yeah.
And now look at this. If you had to describe success in 3 words, what would that be?
Oh, 3 words? If you have the lyricist here putting me on the spot, I would say number 1, success, freedom, financial freedom.
That's a good one.
That, I know that's 2 words, but that's only one. Okay, that counts as 1 word. Financial freedom.
Okay.
Number 2, excitement. Like when I wake up in the morning and I check my emails, I'm excited.
I can see that. that. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what good news is coming today?
Yeah.
Like, what opportunity is coming my way?
And you feel like you have resources to do whatever it is that you feel like you want to do.
Yes, and supporting other people.
Yes.
I think that's so powerful, because once you get to a point where you're reaching your goals, and it takes time, right? It's not like it's overnight.
It's not gonna happen. If it happens overnight, it's not right.
Yeah.
You won't even like it as much.
Yeah, exactly, or value it.
Yeah.
But I also think holding each other's hands, because success is not fun alone.
It's not. It's, the journey too is kind of, and then people that you bring with you. That's the key. Like
if you're well off financially, it's not fun for your broke friends to hang out with you.
It's not.
And it's not fun for you to hang out with them.
It's not.
Right?
It's not.
So I firmly believe in sharing your experiences, because the way I'm successul is based off of learning from others as well. And so if I can help somebody learn and we can both grow, we'll have the best time. It's like a party.
How many words was that? That was like
so that's 2.
100 words.
No, okay, sorry. So 1 is financial freedom. 2 was oh my gosh, I forgot. What was it?
2 was freedom.
No, financial
freedom. 2 was
excitement.
excitement.
Thank you. And 3.
Support. You kind of just want support.
Yeah, support, and paying it forward.
Yeah, I can see that. That's pretty good. Those are good ones.
Thank you.
And let's say people out there that kind of they're struggling, they're trying to make it. They kind of go in the same direction as you did, and then they're stuck. Or like, what would you advise them? Like, what's the advice that you think would kind of clear the way for them to go forward?
Sure. So first thing I would say is ask them, what's your roadblock? What's your main major roadblock? Most of the time it's money. right?
Yes.
So, number one, don't underestimate your capabilities. I know you have an awesome video about like 5 side hustles that you can do today to make a ton of money. So please check that out.
Link is below.
Yeah, that's a really great one. Don't underestimate your ability to generate multiple streams of income.
Right.
Okay, and if you have a goal, do not rely on one paycheck. You know what? Times are changing every day. It's not like companies in the past where our parents would get hired and work there for 50 years and then have a pension. It was more like, it's now more like, you don't know if this week they're outsourcing your job to another country. You have no job security. Multiple streams of income. Get some real estate. Get some income generated from that real estate. Can you stay at home with your parents and rent out that apartment you just bought?
Yeah.
Great. Have a 9 to 5. And side hustle. There's so many ways you can, generate income. So I would say if money's your roadblock, identify it as your roadblock and tackle it. If it's fear is your roadblock, then that is, we have a saying in our culture. My family's Persian from Iran. We say, fear is the brother of death. So if you need to write that down somewhere, write it down. If you need to find out tools to diffuse the fear, do it. Because if you have fear, don't even start. You won't get anywhere.
That's true. Fear is a spirit. Fear, God did not give us a spirit of fear. Fear is like, we're not supposed to have it. You know what I'm saying? So fear and worrying and all those things is like, it's a big part of our life. That's one of the things that hold us back a lot. Fear.
It's interesting. Fear and faith have one thing in common.
Really?
And that is, it's a belief based on an unknown.
That's true.
Right?
I've never heard that before, but I actually never thought about it that way. But yes, it's pretty good.
It's a fine line between faith and fear. Fear, you cannot see.
Yes.
But yourself, you can see.
Yeah.
So why not have faith in yourself and fear in nothing? Because it's not visible. You cannot see it. You are, by giving it energy, you are making fear into something tangible. Why not give that energy to yourself and have faith in yourself and really extend yourself in such a way that you'll reach your goals? Why not do that? It's free.
That's crazy. And that's how you actually should be doing it, Gotta go out, no fear. And the moment that let's say you're doing something, you're doing multiple things, and then that one thing that you're so scared of is the one thing that's gonna help you to step up in that next level. Like, the more you're scared of taking that step, the more you're staying behind, because that's what's gonna hold you back from stepping up there.
I think that's where a lot of people talk about taking risk.
Yes, that's what it is.
If you don't take that risk,
you're never gonna be bigger than what you are.
You're just gonna be on the same level. So you always wanna push yourself, knowingly, not,
just go crazy.
Don't take your entire savings and invest it in one bucket or in the stock market, or, do little bits and risk in such a way, it's responsible risk.
Yes.
Take that on. Don't be fearful. Also, respect the fact that all of this that you're doing is building your financial intelligence. The more financial intelligence you build, the more you feel confident in taking more risks. So this is all, some of us, our journey is going to college. Some of us, our journey is, working with a company and learning and growing through the ranks there. Taking investments, building businesses and having multiple streams of income. I find that to be also a financial journey that many of us will experience as a real life experience and not just through a textbook. And I think that's the most valuable.
That's a fact. Now, I got one thing, and I just want a yes or no. You don't have to explain.
Okay.
If you could, would you start it all over again?
Start what all over again?
Everything.
Start from scratch?
Yeah, if you could, would you start it all over again?
With this experience? knowing this experience?
No, if you could start, yeah, no, like, okay, let's say what you've done now, right? If you were born and then you had to choose something else, or choose the same thing, what would you do? Would you just choose the same thing, or would you choose something else?
Oh, that's a big question. Well, it's not a yes or no.
It's a yes or no. It's a, I would choose it, or I would not choose it. I will tell you why. You shouldn't explain after you say it.
Okay. I would choose it.
You would choose the same?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have to explain nothing. Okay, guys, that was it for this episode. This was Amy. Amy, you have anything else to add?
No, just thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you for coming. Okay, guys, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Amy's channel. The link is below. Follow her on Instagram and don't follow me. Catch you next time.